passport, bro? You damn right. Let me explain what and why this is happening. And my story. I turned almost 50, became newly single, and wanted to mingle. And instead of you guys staring at me, you can stare at the chickens while I tell this story. And the world had changed in that 10 years. I went from doing what I wanted, getting what I want 10 years earlier, to unable to really dig up anything to date. And I had gray hair and I was out of shape. Wasn't disgusting, but I was out of shape, and nobody wanted to look at me or talk to me. I was invisible. And I didn't like that feeling, and I didn't want to be alone. Alone by meaning I couldn't even buy a date. I couldn't get a date by the nastiest whatever. I couldn't get a date by anything. I couldn't get a date from people that were on my level or below my level. So I was frustrated by this, and I had already been overseas and had an idea of how the dating life would go over there. And so I said, well, I got no kids, nothing tying me here in the US, so I'm getting out. I'm leaving. So I took a job in Qatar, and I was doing online dating, Tinder, and the same Tinder profile that got me absolutely nothing in the US. Didn't change a thing. Didn't change the photos, didn't change the words, didn't change nothing. I went to Qatar and I had more dates and more fun than I knew what to do with. I didn't have time for it. I was working 12-hour days, not really a lot of time for dating during the week, and on the weekends, my weekends were full. So the problem wasn't me. The problem was my location. And so I had a great time in Qatar, and mostly dating Asian women, Filipinas, and Thai women that were working in Qatar. And ended up meeting my current wife there. She was working at Qatar Airways. And so the answer to the question of why it's happening because the guys have options. If a guy has options and nothing holding them down, and they can leave and not be alone, lonely, miserable, and have to date below their expectations, then why stay? It's the fault of the American women. I don't know what they're doing. I have no idea what they're doing. I think they reach a certain age and they give up on dating and they're just single. I don't know. It was weird, but I don't miss it. I don't miss that one bit. So that's why that's happening. And when I tell you that these guys can come over to Southeast Asia, I was in Qatar, and I think that worked out fine for me. But I could have gone anywhere into Southeast Asia and had even a better experience with more choices. But I think the reason they're coming is because they don't want to face the same thing that I face. Here in the Philippines, even though I'm married, I've got people coming up to me, talking to me out of the blue. They're waving hi to me. They want to talk. I'm not anything close to invisible. They want to be scoping me out, find out what I'm all about, and practice their English. I don't need that, but I don't need those feelings of desire, like they want to talk to me or whatever. But I can't deny the fact that it's nice. It's nice to feel like people want to chat with you, or they want to look at you, or they want to stare at you, or whatever. It's kind of, it makes you feel. Sorry, I just woke up. It makes you feel good. And for those guys that need that kind of affirmation, they get addicted to that. I don't really care. Well, sure, everybody likes attention, but I don't need that. I've never been an egomaniac or whatever. I've got an ego, but I don't need that. But I can't deny the fact that I like the feeling, and I could see where somebody get addicted to that. And also, my wife is easily way smarter than me, way prettier than me. She's 10 years younger than me, so it's not a big age gap, but a lot of people get into big age gap relationships. Why? Because they can. You know, if they're an old washed up dude and they get with a younger girl that makes them feel like they're young again, they can't deny those feelings. That makes them feel great. It's a little weird. I don't agree with it, but they can do it. And because they can, they do. And that's an agreement between them and their girlfriend, wife, whatever the situation is. And a lot of other people say, oh, well, she's just doing it for money. Well, guess what? What do you think every relationship is? Every relationship is a business arrangement. Somebody is trying to get something better than get their life a little bit better than what it is. Whether that's in America or Zimbabwe or wherever it is. You know, there are feelings involved, but they're also trying to get a better life. That's why the rich guys in America get these hot chicks, even in America. Why? Because the girl wants a better life, and they can get the young hot thing. Hollywood is a perfect example. You know, people want to say, oh, that's gross or disgusting or whatever it is. Well, it's a truth. It's just the way it is. And here it's just done on a smaller scale. Like you need less money to get the hot young thing. So my wife, back to her, she's the best relationship I ever been in. She treats me really good, and I'm really enjoying it. And I couldn't say that about most of my relationships. And most of my relationships is always about what I'm willing to put up with. Here, it's what she's willing to put up with. She puts up with more crap than I do. She's awesome, and you know, she motivates me. She keeps me going. She compliments me. She studies me. She takes good care of me. All those things that are in a nice, good, healthy relationship, they're there. In America, the relationships are one-sided. The female must be taken care of, pandered, all this other stuff, and you have to deal with their attitude all the time and all that kind of crap. You know, I don't get that. I don't feel that here. So that's another reason. The guys come over here and they get to feeling better than they've ever felt in a relationship, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to keep that relationship going and that female happy. So that's why you got passport bros or people leaving the U.S. It's society. Whatever's happening in America is not happening elsewhere in the world. I can tell you that. And if the guys have experience traveling outside the U.S. or they watch some videos or whatever, then they feel that they can not be invisible and have nice, healthy relationships with women they maybe wouldn't be able to get back in America. They're not going to stay. If they've got the means, they're going to go. And that's what's happened. It's what happened to me. And now I'm staring at chickens at 7:30 in the morning telling a story about why I'm here. So that's the deal. That's why it's awesome, and I don't regret it one bit. And you know, my wife has a 11-year-old son, and he's a totally different attitude and animal than what I experienced in the U.S. with single mom. you know, he's a kid, but he's got his quirks and features, but he generally is fun to be around, has a good attitude, and it treats me pretty good. So I've been treated pretty poorly by single mom kids in the past, so that's a real nice thing too. So anyways, that's the deal. That's why I'm here, and that's why I imagine most guys are leaving the U.S. It's the females there. They've been, I don't know. They've done it wrong. They've done something wrong, and something needs to change, or maybe it needs to stay that way. I don't know. I don't really know what the deal is, but I'm happier. I'm happier here, and I'm more confident that I'm going to be treated well in my older years. And hey, I got some chickens. Got a whole herd of chickens, and that one over there looks kind of like a hawk. That's a native chicken. Philippine native chicken is what they call it. I don't have that one to make eggs. That one's just to look cool. But the other ones are egg layers, no roosters. Roosters, I had some roosters, but they beat up the hens, so I got rid of and cooked them, and they were tough. You gotta slow cook them or pressure cook them because that meat's tough. Anyways, that's my story on Passport Bros, and I'm really satisfied that American women don't feel threatened by that and don't like that. That's their own damn fault. If they were doing their job better, this wouldn't be happening. All right, see ya.